TIFU by announcing to my neighbors that I swallow. First time posting, so I hope at least someone gets a laugh out of my embarrassment. So this afternoon my husband and I had a quickie before leaving to run errands. I let him finish in my mouth and we cleaned up, got dressed and left the house. On our way down the driveway my husband was flirting with me and says, "Give me some sugar." So I go over to him to give him a kiss and he takes a step back away from me. He teases me like this. So I keep trying to kiss him, getting up on my tippy toes to reach him. He takes another step back saying, "No, what is this? I don't want this, I asked for sugar, you know, the white stuff." So my dumb bass laughs and loudly says, "I can give that to you, I already swallowed it." I think I am hilarious apparently and was proud of my response. All he says back is, "The neighbors just heard you say that." So I turn my head and see my neighbors, an older couple sitting in the very front of their garage about 15 feet away. We lock eyes. It was clear they heard the whole exchange and knew what I meant. Up to this point I've been almost too shy to say hello in the mornings. Now I don't even want to go back outside. I don't know how to come back from this, guys. TLDR, my husband and I were joking in the driveway and I basically yelled I swallow loud enough for my next door neighbors to hear from their garage where they were sitting trying to enjoy their afternoon. TIFU by diving into a pool headfirst, degloving my skull and breaking my neck in 3 places. As per usual, this didn't happen today but this past Saturday. I 26F was spending the day hanging out with friends by the pool, casually drinking and playing games. One of my friends decides to challenge me to a race to the other side of the pool. So we hop out and me, being the genius that I am and very confident after being a competitive diver and swimmer for more than 10 years, decide to dive in from the shallow end. I go to take a running leap in and as I am pushing off the deck I feel my foot slip. I end up diving straight down, feel my neck crunch and then black out. I come to as I am floating to the surface, back up and tell my legs to just stand up cause I need to breath, but they don't respond. Most of my friends see me and think I am joking, but very luckily my nurse and med school friends see blood and rocket into action. They stabilize my neck and flip me over in the water to breath and then get me up on the pool deck. In another incredible bout of luck, once I am stabilized on the deck I can move my legs again. Friends call an ambulance, to which I am groggily and vehemently opposed to, thanks US healthcare prices, and once I get to the hospital I am placed in the trauma ICU and CT scanned. I then find out I've pulverized my C2 and broken C1 and C3. And now I get bed rest and at least 3 months in AC collar. So ya don't dive in the shallow end, folks. TLDR, dove in the shallow end wrecked my neck like a hydraulic press. After urging from several Redditors, here's my GoFundMe link. I am a super poor master's degree student, so any help would be incredibly appreciated. NSFW graphic. TIFU by leaving the 3D printer running while out of the house. This happened today. The street I live on has a lot of CCTV coverage on it from various houses, thanks to us being targeted by criminals a couple of years ago, causing everyone to be ultra paranoid. As such, the street's Facebook group is like a modern-day neighborhood watch. The past week there have been a couple of cars broken into, so everyone is extra alert at the minute. I bought a 3D printer last week and got it set up over this weekend. After a few test prints I finally started to print my first project today, as it is due to be going for 18 hours. I thought this afternoon was a good time to leave it to its own devices and go out somewhere with the family. So the foo is that I set the house alarm when I left the house, and the movement of the printer set the alarm off. I have no idea how long it was going off for, but I was out for a couple of hours, so probably ruined everyone's quiet Sunday afternoon. Sat in the garden. One thing is for certain though, this street is extra vigilant on social media, but in real life there's nobody to be seen at a time of potential criminal activity. Also now my wife isn't talking to me because she feels so embarrassed. TLDR, new 3D printer set house alarm off in an ultra paranoid street, ruining the tranquility of a summer's afternoon for all my neighbors. Edit wife isn't that mad really. I misread her reaction when she went off for a nap. She still felt a little embarrassed though. TIFU by stealing over 100 from my elementary school. OFC, this didn't happen yesterday. I've just realized this recently because I was talking to a couple of my friends about the cost of all the lunches throughout our public school careers thus far. One of my friends mentioned how we had to factor in the cost of milk. I then mentioned how weird it was milk was free throughout elementary school and then became $1 in middle school. This is when I realized my fuck up. At my elementary school, apparently, you needed to buy a ticket in the morning that you would then hand to a cafeteria lady so you could grab a milk from the carton in the front of the cafeteria. What I did, because I was a stupid little 5 to 11-year-old, was I would go through the lunch line, get my food, but not grab a milk, and then after I sat down with my food I would then get up and grab my milk at the front of the room. By doing this I didn't have to give a ticket to get milk. I did this for almost 6 years without getting caught. 190 days a year, milk being one for 6 years. Kindergarten through 5th grade is 150 worth of milk I took from my school. RIP. TLDR, I didn't realize you needed to pay for milk in elementary school. Accidentally stole 150. TIFU by trying anal with my wife. Warning NSFW, it's how to flare. This is gonna be short but super gross. So my wife and I were feeling a little frisky after a rather boring day. It's night, the lights are off, and she tells me she wants to try it. I'll be honest, I've never really been one that wanted to try anal, but the moment was heated and I was horny, so sure, why not? So we lube up, get ourselves ready, and get to it. Not going to go into details, but it went alright for the first time. We took it slow. However, something felt off the whole time. I couldn't quite figure out what it was, but my wife seemed to be doing okay, so I just rolled with it. Finally I took my dick out to finish on her stomach, and as I grabbed my dick I felt something big that shouldn't be there. I quickly went to turn the light on and looked down, horrified. There was a squashed worm on my dick. My wife had pinworms. I had anal sex with pinworms. I ran straight to the toilet and puked my guts out, and anal is forever ruined for me. TLDR, had anal sex with wife. Found out she had pinworms when I found one squashed on my dick.